James Bond is a popular character among the audience, and there are some artifacts related we are not aware of. Let's dive into this video to know all the most expensive artifacts from James Bond. Number 5. First edition Live and Let Die, Christie's, 2002. Here is the time to come across a $71,700 artifact inscribed by Ian Fleming to Winston Churchill. It seems extraordinary that Churchill's exclusive definition of the British Secret Service was mentioned on the inner flap of the dust jacket. The artifact further has an additional touch of romance and melodrama embedded in it. A unique typescript illustrates Ian Fleming's strategies as he developed the fourth Bond novel into its complete version. Knowles made this replica of the narrative using Fleming's original typescript, written by the writer in Jamaica and subsequently corrected by hands. After the editor and publisher verified and updated the typescript, the copy text was created for the first version. One of the alternations Fleming added to this book was to increase the suspense of a thoroughbred horse sale. Number 4. Goldfinger, Sotheby's, London, 2012. Presentation copy to Raymond Chandler. This piece costs a whopping $68,500 and has a spectacular design embedded in it. Yes, we're talking about the presentation copy that has gilt-lettered black cloth, gilt, and blind-stamped skull. So all of it maintains a special mention in the front cover of a pictorial dust jacket devised by Richard Chopping. There is also the spine panel slightly creased on the corners to present that spotting effect. It was a beautiful demonstration of the camaraderie involving two geniuses of the mystery, the inventor of James Bond and Philip Marlowe, in this magnificent presentation piece from Fleming to Chandler. Ian Fleming had passionately loved Chandler's writings until their first conference in London at Stephen Spender's in May 1955. For the traveling Chandler, his wife's death a year before was indeed a fresh pain, and he had begun excessive alcohol consumption in his grief. Moving on, Chandler had some thoughtful messages for Fleming as he really adored the first book named Casino Royale. The only thought prevailing in his mind was the loss of his wife. It is surprising to see how mere grief can change the whole outlook of any person. Fleming regarded Chandler with the reverence he maintained for a select few, and valued his opinion, to the point where the current book may not have been created minus Chandler's contribution to Bond's persona in particular. Thus, Fleming and Chandler's odd friendship started at a pivotal point in Fleming's journey. Thus, the relevance of such a particular artifact cannot get underestimated. It looks not only exemplary, but also has several emotional touchpoints for the explanation. It is undeniably one of the best things present in James Bond's collection. Number 3. Diamonds Are Forever, Final Typescript. Let us start this video by mentioning a legendary piece prepared by Fleming's secretary, Ulrika Knowles. Its cost will blow your mind, amounting to almost 97,250 British pounds. Its major highlights include autograph revisions on all the pages. Some of them are gripped in blue ballpoint while others are in pencil only. Nevertheless, it is pleasing to see how the overall typescript generates the tightening effect on text. Well, it is a rare typescript that reveals the working practices of Ian Fleming as he honed the fourth Bond book into its final shape. This copy of the text was prepared by Knowles from Fleming's first typescript, typed by the author in Jamaica, then revised by hand. Once checked and revised by the author and the publisher, this typescript then formed the copy text of the first edition. Among the changes made by Fleming to this text was his heightening of the drama of an auction of racing thoroughbreds. Number 2. Revised typescript of Diamonds Are Forever. Next on the list is a typescript written in the classic style of Fleming's blue ballpoint. Bond firstly checked himself into the Hotel Astor as the title claimed to be in front of an old woman. Now it had translated to something absurd, as I'd quote here as, quote, before a hatchet-faced woman with a bosom like a sandbag, unquote. The title of Chapter 17 was formerly Bond Forces the Race, but it was changed to Thanks for the Ride. The frustrating audio of the author's viewer can be noticed now and again, telling, but isn't Amsterdam the world's largest diamond capital? Ulrika Knowles, Fleming's secretary, composed this text. In the presentation printed copy, he playfully acknowledges her contribution. Fleming wrote the book at GoldenEye in early 1955, and both the master copy and duplicate of the previous form are now housed in the University of Indiana's Lilly Archives. Number 1. An archive of correspondence between Fleming, Richard Shopping, Swan Auction Galleries, 2010. This particular archive is going to blow your mind as it exceeded the pre-sale estimate of $12,000 to $18,000 by a large margin. So it was released at a stunning price of $57,600 that is enough to rip your pockets. The special aspect of it was the inclusion of 9 of the classic 007 covers ranging from 1957 to 1966. Adding more to it, the same touches upon payment details, copyright problems, and other concerns. It is intimidating to see how all of these artifacts contain a different message altogether. What is your opinion about James Bond and his collection? Let us know in the comments section and subscribe for more enticing videos.